Hey, now it's working. I'm going to go ahead and share with you. I'm going to read the story to you, the two stories for today, the Spider Monkey and the Marmoset. And then there's another one I think I'm going to read. And then you guys can work on the rest of your day today. Okay, sorry guys. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to read to you. I don't know what's going on here. Apparently this doesn't work. So I'm going to read the test to you and then we'll go from there. That's not the test. What am I doing? Sorry. Okay, here we go. It's the Spider Monkey and the Marmoset. You guys just follow along with me and then I'll read the questions to you when we're done. This is the Spider Monkey and the Marmoset. This is based off an Aesop's fable. It's called The Ant and the Grasshopper. In the rainforest of Brazil lived two friends, Spider Monkey and Marmoset. Spider Monkey loved to spend his days swinging through the trees, eating as much fruit as his belly could hold. The generous trees provided Spider Monkey with lots of delicious fruit. Marmoset loved to eat fruit, but he knew he had to plan for the future. The elder Marmoset spoke of times when finding fruit was difficult. Sometimes the fruit would get a terrible disease, or cruel, vicious winds would whip through the branches and knock the fruit to the ground. So Marmoset saved 2 bites of fruit for every bite he ate. Spider Monkey laughed at Marmoset as he saw him carrying fruit, shrieking, "You will never be out of fruit, for it leaped off the tree, glad to be your snack." Marmoset ignored Spider Monkey and still collected fruit. "Someday," Marmoset would say, "Spider Monkey will regret making fun of me." Soon Marmoset's storage place was full, and Marmoset smiled with contentment. Not long after this, Marmoset and Spider Monkey noticed the fruit drooping on the branches until one day great numbers of fruit fell off the branches and plummeted to the ground. It soon became difficult to find any fruit to eat. At first, Spider Monkey was amused, chortling, "The fruit is playing hide and seek with me. It makes for a great game." But in a short time, Spider Monkey realized that the rainforest no longer offered enough fruit to fill his belly. Then he remembered the storage place of his friend, Marmoset. "I know," Spider Monkey said excitedly. "Marmoset is such a great and generous friend, so I'll just ask him to share with me." Spider Monkey swung through the trees to find Marmoset, who was resting near his storage place. When Spider Monkey approached, Marmoset opened one eye and looked at him warily, asking, "How can I help you, Spider Monkey?" I have come to share your fruit," Spider Monkey announced. Triumphantly, "You were so smart to plan ahead, and I am forever grateful for your planning." Marmoset slowly shook his head before responding. "Spider Monkey," he began, "this fruit is for my family. We don't know how long it will be difficult to find fruit, so I can't share what I've gathered. I'm sorry, but you will have to find food elsewhere. You should have been planning for a day like this yourself." Marmoset turned from Spider Monkey and took his place in front of the entrance to the storage place, setting up his position as guard in front of the food. Spider Monkey's mouth hung open, speechless, for he was not expecting this from his friend. Slowly, he turned to walk away from Marmoset, and as he swung through the trees in search of food, he thought of Marmoset's words. Maybe, he thought, I should save at least 1 bite for every bite I eat. All right, and so here are the questions. Make sure that you just pause after each question to give you time to answer, and then unpause when you're ready. The first question is based off of this story, 1 through 6. It says, which sentence from the passage includes an example of personification? A, Spider Monkey loved to spend his days swinging through the trees, eating as much fruit as his belly could hold. B, the generous trees provided Spider Monkey with lots of delicious fruit. C, so Marmoset saved 2 bites of fruit for every bite he ate. D, not long after this, Marmoset and Spider Monkey noticed the fruit drooping on the branches until one day great numbers of fruit fell off the branches and plummeted to the ground. Number 2, it should be marked on your paper, do not do. You are not needing to do this one today, so we're going to go ahead and skip it. Go to number 3. Number 3A, you're going to use the Spider Monkey story. This is number 3. What is the theme of the passage? A, life is meant to be enjoyed. B, save yourself in emergencies. C, be prepared for future events. Or D, plan only if something bad happens. And then you're going to fill in the bubble before one sentence from the passage that supports the answer in part A. So what they're asking you to do is like this one right here, that's A. This one right here is B. This one right here is C. And this one right here is D. Okay, so that's what they mean by filling in the bubble before one sentence. So A, Spidermonkey's mouth hung open speechless, for he was not expecting this from his friend. B, slowly he turned to walk away from Marmoset. C, as he swung through the trees in search of food, he thought of Marmoset's words. Or D, maybe he thought, I should save at least one bite for every bite I eat. You're filling in one bubble. You're filling in the answer that supports the answer to part A. Number 4, which sentence from the passage supports the theme that we can learn from events in the past? A, the elder Marmoset spoke of times when finding fruit was difficult. B, soon Marmoset's storage place was full and Marmoset smiled with contentment. C, then he remembered the storage place of his friend Marmoset. D, Spidermonkey swung through the trees to find Marmoset, who was resting near his storage place. Number 5, which 2 sentences, you're going to pick 2 answers, which 2 sentences from the passage show how the setting causes a conflict in the story? A, in the rainforest of Brazil lived 2 friends, Spidermonkey and Marmoset. B, sometimes the fruit would get a terrible disease or cruel vicious winds would whip through the branches and knock the fruit to the ground. C, but in a short time Spidermonkey realized that the rainforest no longer offered enough fruit to fill his belly. D, Marmoset turned from Spidermonkey and took his place in front of the entrance to the storage place, setting up his position as guard in front of the food. Or E, as he swung through the trees in search of food, he thought of Marmoset's words. You're choosing 2 sentences. Number 6, select 2. Again, you're picking 2 words from paragraph 11 that show personification. A, mouth. B, speechless. C, walk. D, swung. Or E, words. So you're going to go back to paragraph 11. You're going to reread paragraph 11. And then you're going to pick 2 of these words that show personification. So make sure you go back to paragraph 11. If you're not really sure where paragraph 11 is, which I think they're numbered, paragraph 11 is the last paragraph right here. Okay. Now I lost my spot. Okay, we got and that's it. That's number 6. That's the last one for the story. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the next story, which is going camping. Going camping. Okay. Again, same thing. So I'll read it and you guys follow along. Having a plan to accomplish a regular task is very important. However, having a plan when going camping is essential. Not only will it ensure that your camping trip will be a fun one, but it will also keep you safe from danger and harm. There are a number of steps a person should take when planning a camping trip. Let's break the steps down in order. The first thing you need to do is buy the right equipment. Whether you are camping at a campsite or in the middle of nowhere, the most important equipment to buy include a tent, sleeping bag, and sleeping pad. A larger tent provides you with more space to move or sleep. Larger tents also allow you to stand up straight, which makes it easier to move around and get dressed. Some larger tents also have areas in which to place wet or muddy clothing. If a larger tent is too expensive, no worries. You can still have a great time camping no matter how big of a tent you buy. There's nothing worse than trying to sleep while feeling cold and uncomfortable. The right sleeping bag will wrap its arms around your body and insulate you during cold nights. Many campers might think a sleeping pad is unnecessary, However, sleeping pads prevent campers from losing their body heat when sleeping on the cold ground. They also provide an extra layer of comfort. The next step is to practice setting up your tent before leaving for your trip. The worst time to figure out how to set up a tent for the first time is at the campsite. What if you arrive at the campsite at night? Or worse, what if you arrive when it's raining and miserable outside? Can you imagine trying to set up a tent for the first time with the blustering wind trying to yank the tent out of your hands? Pitching a tent is easy if you follow these 5 simple steps. 1. Clear away rocks and sticks from the ground that might poke into your back while you sleep. 2. Unfold the tent and place the stakes and poles nearby. 3. Stretch out the bottom of the tent and stake each corner down into the ground. 4. Snap or screw together the tent poles and then attach the tent to the poles. 5. Attach the rain fly to the top of the pole in order to prevent any moisture from entering the tent. Once you've practiced setting up the tent, it's time to pack the right clothes. Let's be honest, getting dirty is part of the fun of camping. However, that does not mean you should only pack clothes that you don't mind getting filthy. Limit the number of cotton items you pack. Wet cotton can make a person cold and miserable. Speaking of cold, make sure to pack a warm jacket and long underwear. Warm socks are essential, especially in the evening. Although sandals or flip-flops might be okay around the campsite, make sure to pack sturdy boots in case you want to go hiking. After that, it's time to plan for emergencies. No one likes to think about all the things that could go wrong when planning a trip. However, remember that you will be outdoors and miles away from the nearest store. You may not even have access to the internet, so make sure to find room in your bag for a first aid kit. In addition, bring sunscreen and insect repellent so that the sunburn or bugs do not ruin your good time. Finally, make sure to bring some soap and toilet paper. Now that you've packed the right clothes and equipment, the last thing to do is choose the best camping site for you. If you feel more comfortable camping at sites that have picnic benches or running water, research campgrounds online and make reservations in advance. If camping in the middle of nowhere is more your style, then make sure to research public areas that allow campers. All right. Number 7, you're going to pick 2 answers. What are 2 ways in which the author uses a sequence text structure? A, by stating the claim that camping is fun. B, by comparing different types of campsites. C, by including words such as now and after that. D, by listing steps to putting together a camping site. E, by giving solutions to make problems that might occur. Number 8, this question has 2 parts. Part A, read this sentence from the passage. The right sleeping bag will wrap its arms around your body and insulate you during cold nights. What does insulate mean as it's used in the sentence? A, arrange. B, include. C, protect. Or D, relax. Part B, which example of personification from this sentence is a clue to the answer in Part A? Sleeping bag, wrap its arms, your body, or during cold nights. 9 has 2 parts. Part A, it says read this sentence from the passage. Can you imagine trying to set up a tent for the first time with the blustering wind trying to yank the tent out of your hands? Which phrase from the sentence is an example of personification? A, can you imagine trying? B, to set up a tent for the first time. C, when trying to yank. Or D, tent out of your hands. Part B, what does the word blustering mean based on the personification in Part A? A, creative. B, hidden. C, strong. Or D, unexpected. And then the last one, the last one for number 10 is fill in the bubble before the sentence. So again, it's the same situation as the one before. This one is A. This one is B. I'll just go ahead and go through them and I'll highlight them as we go. So you're picking a bubble. You're filling in the bubble before one sentence that shows the author using a sequence text structure. So A, once you have practiced setting up the tent, it's time to pack the right clothes. B, let's be honest, getting dirty is part of the fun of camping. C, however, that does not mean you should only pack clothes that you don't mind getting filthy. D, limit the number of cotton items you pack. E, wet cotton can make a person cold and miserable. F, speaking of cold, make sure to pack a warm jacket and long underwear. G, warm socks are essential, especially in the evening. H, although sandals or flip-flops might be okay around the campsite, make sure to pack sturdy boots in case you want to go hiking. And you're going to pick one of those choices that shows the author using the sequence text structure. And that's it for the test. So make sure your name is on your test and make sure you turn it into either the basket if you're in the classroom currently, or you turn it into your teacher that you have been assigned to today. Again, I'm not sure if there's a sub in there with you or if you're being absorbed. But make sure you take your test and turn it into the basket in the classroom or turn it into your current teacher. All right, guys, I miss you. Have a good day.